I get it, but like La Mer is to a point that it is redonkulicious. Good morning, everybody. This is not the Urban Rescue Branch. This is Cass, your happily caffeinated acne big sister and medical esthetician who is here to react to Lauren London's skincare guide. I don't know who she is, but I know that I like to learn about other people's routines because I enjoy learning from them. I like to analyze and scrutinize what they're using to see if the active ingredients in their products will or won't work for their specific skin concerns, and whether or not their routines or products would be a fit for you in your routine, depending on what's going on with your skin. Speaking of skin, I just popped a blackhead that I should not have done, but I did it. So instead of judging myself and picking at my skin even more than I already have, we're gonna press play and see what Lauren London puts on her face.
Hey, what's up, Vogue? It's Lauren London, and I am here to show you my When I Care skincare routine and a little light beat. This is a cleanser that I use. A Black woman owns this company, and it's non-toxic. The back says, I like my products how I like my people, non-toxic.
Pause. First off, so much goodness. I love that this is her skincare when she cares routine because I totally have one of those. For example, this morning, I literally woke up, I put on my Mercier moisturizer in my under eye areas because they were hella freaking dry, and sunscreen, and that's it. The face was just washed with water. No vitamin C today. Well, if I were to actually care, I'd be doing a cleanser, I'd be doing vitamin C, I'd probably be putting on some special peptides. Skincare, when you care, is very different than a lazy girl's skincare routine. Now, this brand I have not heard of. I want to look at Undefined Beauty, but we gotta back it up right here and talk about toxins, because while we don't want toxic people in our lives, toxins are very specific when it comes to a scientific term. And usually your actual products, that's coffee, but usually your products and your consumables don't have toxins in them. And this is often a marketing term that is used to get you and me to spend more money on something that we didn't actually need. Because if I tell you, oh my gosh, this is toxin free and this one's not, buy this one, you might spend more money on something and actually replace what you currently have that works just fine to buy something that you're now fear-mongered or scared into thinking is better. Whereas if we're honest about what's in our products and why we don't have to create silly marketing claims to make people fear what's actually in their products, you can find things that work for you that you don't have to spend additional money on just because of a marketing claim. Now, I do want to see what is in this. I actually love the art on this, Undefined Beauty. I also love the marketing after we just spoke about not being swindled by marketing. I want to learn more about this and see what this does to her skin.
I've always been very serious about washing my face. I feel like when I was in high school, I learned the really harsh lesson of going to bed without washing my face, and I had a really bad breakout on my forehead.
She's doing everything right. I love that the hair is tucked back because you know that when it's not, it activates my favorite pet peeve, Steve. I love that she is patting with her towel, not scraping and just dragging on her skin. And this cleanser specifically, I really like this. I like the looks of it. This art looks phenomenal. I love that it's available at Ulta. And just the fact that it looks like it was like hand-drawn by a custom artist, it's vegan and cruelty-free, it's sustainable packaging. See, those are actual marketing claims that matter to me. Ulta also doesn't tell us the backstory behind this brand, but it sounds like this is a Black-owned beauty brand, which is also wonderful to support. Most beauty brands are actually created by large corporations. Even some of your favorite brands might be owned by other parent companies, and a lot of times it just ends up making these existing companies even richer and richer and richer. And if we can support smaller brands such as indie brands, some of which may be Black owned, it's a really wonderful way to put our money where our morals are and actually support people who are doing a great job creating small businesses, helping stimulate the economy, and really helping pay it forward and kind of taking some of that equity back into hardworking people as opposed to just making these conglomerates even richer. And I will say there are some conglomerates that create some great products. A lot of the most popular beauty brands that we know are owned by some of the main ones, such as Johnson & Johnson, Unilever, Estee Lauder, the list goes on. But if you could just be aware of kind of what's happening when you are out there like actually purchasing products, you could be more cognizant of who's creating them or where they're coming from. And if you have two choices that are very similar, these are not, this is a moisturizer and a anti-frizz hair serum, but if you have something that's similar and you're struggling to choose between the two, maybe the fact of one is an indie brand and and one is made by a large corporation could impact your decision. At least it does for me. So I think that's always something that's good to be aware of, as well as turning and learning those ingredients. You know it, baby. These ingredients actually look really, really good. We have water, aloe leaf juice, we have cocomitopropyl hydroxysultane. We actually have a lot of cleansing ingredients in here, and a lot of people fear foaming cleansers. They're like, oh, it's gonna strip my skin. If you actually look at this cleanser, the cleanser itself isn't super foaming. It actually has a pump top that introduces air into it. So this is actually a really good looking foaming cleanser. We also have niacinamide and panthenol, some B vitamins. We have centella. Oh, licorice, shiitake, green tea. I love to see these antioxidants, and avocado oil and jojoba. I don't need a new cleanser right now, but do I want to buy this? I do want to buy this. And it's also nice to see niacinamide in a cleanser. I don't know if it's doing as much in a cleanser as it would if it's left on the skin, but good to see.
So I do some toner, which is also all natural. I have sensitive skin, so I try not to do too much, a lot of harsh chemicals. Rub it in like this.
She's so good. Again, her application is 10 out of 10, but let's listen to what she said. She said, I use a lot of natural products because my skin is sensitive. A lot of people don't realize that natural does not mean sensitive skin friendly. And often natural can actually be more irritating to a lot of people's skin. Now, even natural products are made up of chemicals. Chemicals make up everything around us. Even air is a chemical mixture. Chemicals are not bad, although when they are used in marketing or in language, they often have that scary name to them. And natural sounds better, but remember, things like lead and arsenic or spider bites can be natural. That doesn't mean that we want them. Often, natural products can have plant extracts that can actually be quite irritating. So it really depends on what you and your skin needs. And remember, there really is no definition for natural in beauty. So any company can hold something up and say, I declare that this is natural. And by their standards and their terms, it is, because there is no universally defined term that means natural in cosmetic chemistry. And the one that she is holding up is from True Botanicals. We've looked at this brand so many times. I might need to get my hands on them. They seem to be overpriced as natural stuff, like this microbiome enzyme essence for $80. Listen, if this is actually supporting my microbiome and like refreshing my skin, sure, I'd try it for $80. But when I look at these ingredients, it's like green tea leaf extract, ginger water. I don't know, is that worth $80? We have lime, we have plum, buckwheat. Again, this doesn't look terrible. It just looks a little, You know, we do have enzymes in here. We have bromine and papain, often from papayas. This is really not bad, but again, I wouldn't pay $80 for it. There is actually something I've been loving from Wishful. It's like an enzyme exfoliant. It's like a chemical plus physical blend, but the physical isn't like gritty with almond bits. And then another one that I really love that has enzymes is from Dermalogica. Their microfoliants are really good. And again, those I can get for like $40 to $60, and they're still kind of bougie brands. I don't know. I'm not spending my money on this True Botanicals just yet. I'm really glad that she likes it. I've actually seen a ton of celebrities use this brand, so I don't know if they sponsor a bunch of people, if they just give their products out, or if celebrities just love them. But as long as it's working for her and her sensitive skin, and it's not irritating her sensitive skin, especially with that lime ingredient in here, hey, then I'm glad if it's doing something good for her.
You can do some deep breathing, get your mind right. One of my favorite products. Also a woman owns this, a woman of color. Purple and Prosper Calm Complexion Serum. Growing up, I don't remember any Black-owned skin products around our household. And I feel like now it's more available. It's out there. It's skin products that actually understand what's going on with my skin.
Purple and Prosper Calm Collection Serum. First off, purple is like the greatest color ever. It's not actually the greatest color ever, but it's a fucking great color, okay? The idea of prospering and a calm complexion serum, I love the way this sounds. But as I'm looking at the website to try to find these ingredients, I really want to highlight what Lauren is saying. She's right. Like growing up, were Black beauty brands that accessible, or did we even really know about them? You know, again, this goes back to conglomerates owning a lot of these smaller brands and it being really hard to get our hands on indie beauty. And even if there is like a main brand that's Black owned, even though it's under the parent company of like a Johnson & Johnson or a L'Oreal, I wouldn't even be able to tell you about it. And that also goes to show that there's been a huge lack of diversity in marketing that actually shows us accurate representation of the general population in the marketing for these products. And I do think that's shifting now, but it hasn't for a really long time. Even me, I have naturally curly hair. I didn't have brands like this. When I think about curly hair products as a child, first off, my parents didn't know how to tame my curly hair. And then secondarily, we had like Pantene Pro V or like the Costco Kirkland signature shit. And I really like that now we just have more options and we know the people behind the brands, who's creating them, and really understand more of the backstory. Because as consumers, we have so many options. Why don't we choose things that match our morals and values, that fit within our price point, that work for our hair or our skin, and that are actually made by people who represent who we are? And then if you want my opinion on these ingredients, I actually love this. This is a $23 product and it has jojoba oil. It also has neem extract, calendula extract, turmeric, licorice. Love this. Now, unfortunately, it has lavender and lemon. Could we take out the fragrances? If we removed those two things, like this would be the perfect skincare oil. And I know they're saying it's calming and clearing. I could see the turmeric and licorice being good for things like dark spots or like dark circles. I don't really know about like clearing blemishes. That's kind of what this product led me to believe. Again, let's get rid of the lavender and get rid of the lemon, and I would absolutely buy this. I also love jojoba oil. I need to look into this Purple and Prosper, and they spelled purple really funky, and I'm a funky gal, so I kind of like that. But it looks like they have skincare consults. They even have stockists like the Esty Bestie, which is like, I guess, an esthetician store. How very cool. I love this. And I am going to do some damage to my wallet at another time.
For my face, and I use the red light. Red light is really good for like the rejuvenation of your cells and fine lines, because this is not 22 anymore.
Okay, so she is not wrong about red light, but first off, Theragun. Isn't that thing that's in all the YouTube commercials? It's like punching someone's thigh. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like really weird. I saw the Theragun at Best Buy. I didn't know they had a face one. Why am I this out of the loop? And then, is it like pulverizing your face? Like, aren't these the punching machines? Am I crazy?
Don't answer that.
Oh wow, this is $400. This looks like an LED device. I don't know if this is any good. Again, I love my Dermabeam, my little face mask. I love the light stim if you want a handheld one, but I think this one punches your face while it gives you an LED treatment. I love their marketing. Do you see this marketing? We have men, we have people with tattoos, we have different hair textures, skin colors. This is the kind of marketing I like to see. What is, oh my God, it actually literally does punch your skin. Oh, it's like 3 different sections. Huh? Facial health is more than skin deep. Jaw clenching, pain, and irritation. I understand that. Wow, I might actually have to try this. Again, I think I saw something similar at like Best Buy. Wait, we have percussive therapy, microcurrent, LED, a hot ring, a cleansing ring, and a cold ring. Those last 3, a little questionable, but the other ones are sounding pretty interesting. All right, I might have to try this. I want to see how this works on Lauren. I think she's just using this as LED. I kind of wanted to see if the punching massage mechanism, that's what it's called, massage, not punching. It looks like a punching device, okay?
My handy dandy Mercier. I've been using Mercier since I was 21. This is a soft cream, so you don't have to like make it warm and then pat it. This is also good for like being on the go. I don't have time to be doing all of that, patting her down.
It's good for people who have money. Did I not just speak about Mercier and how I don't want to line their pockets? Listen, if she's been using it for years and if she loves it, good for her. But if you want another soft cream that you don't need to pat down, just don't throw the lid across your room. My Medicure. This is so nice. This is so cushy. It's beautiful. Want another one? The Cloud Care from Agency. Absolutely. Oh, this is a new one. Hang on. It's that new pump moment. Are you broken or is my brain broken? There you go. Look at this beautiful little Cloud Care ribbony, cushiony goodness. Why are we gonna spend $400 on Mercier when we have stuff like this? You already know how I feel about Mercier. They play music to their skincare, and that's why they charge like $400. They give all of their stuff to celebrities, and they have, they're a legacy brand. They're owned by Estee Lauder, and they just pay so much money into marketing and celebrity endorsements because they sell their products at such a high markup. Mercier costs like $100, $300, $400. What's actually in that container is probably being made for less than $5. And those are the markups in the beauty industry. And yes, you have to pay the chemists, you have to pay, you know, to keep the lights on, you have to pay the marketing fees. I get it, but like, La Mer is to a point that it is redonkulicious.
Honey, it is giving moisturized skin. And go down to the neck. I'm gonna add this under eye brightening.
Yes to going down to the neck, and hear me out. I'm not denying that La Mer is moisturizing. This is a soft cream product for $100 up to $2,675. Do you see this website? That is fucking rent here in the Bay Area. Anyways, if we look at the ingredients, we have algae, mineral oil, glycerin. Again, mineral oil would be seen as not natural in most people's eyes, but these are so fucking cheap. Yes, they are moisturizing, but they're hella fucking cheap. Let me show you how good my Mercier moisturizer moisturizes as we're talking about this. We have petrolatum. Again, this would be considered non-natural and toxic by many people, although it's really not. And then there are things I don't approve of in here, like lime extract, eucalyptus seed oil, etc., sunflower. Again, I would not put my money anywhere near this, especially for this price. In with the perfume, like come on. I will say, based on the ingredients, I mean, it looks like it's slightly moisturizing. I'll give them that. But look at my face. My face has been moisturized. This is actually fragrance-free and cruelty-free. Like, I'm a moisturized glowy goddess now as well. Oh well, this one doesn't break me out, so I'm not worried about it. Whereas I would be worried about La Mer breaking me out. We have an entire video on the very strange, twisted history of La Mer if you really want to understand why they're charging $2,600 and 40-something cents for their moisturizers. A moment of silence for all of the money that has been spent.
I'm gonna add this under eye brightening turmeric eye cream. A little dab like that. I don't always have time to do this routine because especially in the morning when I have to rush to take the kids to school. If I have some time and I do want to like take time with myself and be intentional about my face, and you know, this is also very therapeutic. I'll do all this. If I don't have time, it's giving face wash and a moisturizer.
Oh, do I have thoughts on this? First off, you know how I feel about under eye creams. I think they are unnecessary, but this might be an example of where it's a good idea. Again, did you just see that today I put moisturizer then sunscreen and now more moisturizer on, but I use this moisturizer as my under eye cream. But you know, this is a PSL repair moisturizer for a damaged skin barrier. This is going to be great for fine lines and for hydration, but this facial moisturizer might not be great for my dark circles. If I'm trying to target dark circles on my under eyes and I don't need that on the rest of my face, then I shouldn't be using this here, and this would be the perfect excuse to use an eye cream. She seems to be using what's called haldi. This is actually the Punjabi or Hindi word for turmeric, and turmeric has been known to be brightening to the skin and to actually help. First off, it stains the skin, but it also helps with darkness and pigmentation. So if you have under eye bags that are like purple or any pigmentation, use a vitamin C, use alpha arbutin, use haldi powder or turmeric powder, right? And that can really help. And that's an example where you might want to use something different on the face than the under eyes. Now, we've done videos about why I hate the fucking under eye creams, but with those thoughts in mind, let's actually take a look at this product. Now, this Farsali brand, is this that brand that had those unicorn drops that all the makeup artists on Instagram were using, or is this a different brand? I want to see what's actually in here. Oh, we have water, glycerin, cocoa coprolite. These are basically ingredients you'd find in a moisturizer, but we do have a few wonderful things that I love to see. We have turmeric root extract, caffeine. All of these seem to be really good for darkness in the under eye area. So I would say, yeah, this looks like kind of a brightening under eye cream. Now, because it is this bright gold color, I'm wondering if they put any sort of mica or anything colorful in there. They have peptides in here. Palmityl tripeptide 1 and palmityl tetrapeptide 7. I'm actually quite impressed by this. And for only $40, still expensive for a tiny little tube. I'm actually into this. It looks fragrance free. This actually looks like a good eye cream if you do have under eye dark circles. Now again, is this going to fix your wrinkles and peptides? Probably not. Any puffiness, maybe a little bit with the caffeine, but just be aware that this is something that you might want to use here. And if you have other pigmentary dark spots, you could put it elsewhere. You could spot treat it on or put it all over.
I don't always have time to do this routine because especially in the morning when I have to rush to take the kids to school. If I have some time and I do want to like take time with myself and be intentional about my face, and you know, this is also very therapeutic. I'll do all this. If I don't have time, it's giving face wash, and a moisturizer. When I do have time, I'm very big with meditation, reading. I love to read. I love writing, being in the room and listening to music. Music is like a really big form of medicine for me. I'm a really big 90s R&B adult contemporary fan. I'm a big jazz fan. Layla Hathaway, Anita Baker, Rochelle Farrell, Kim. You know, things that like just kind of bring down my nervous system because I'm naturally very anxious. I love the Tatcha lip mask.
Babies, you want to talk about anxiety? Oh, the caffeine probably doesn't help. Anyways, I love that she seems so intentional and understanding of what self-care means for her. It's listening to music, it's taking deep breaths, it's reading, it's writing. I haven't read a book in way too long, like for fun, a book in way too long. I love that, and I do agree, skincare is so therapeutic, and especially when you're choosing brands that align with your morals and values or created by people that you love, it just makes the experience of hygiene so much more rewarding. It's not about fixing our dark under eye circles or removing our blemishes and getting over our acne. It's about appreciating our skin where it's at, giving it a helping hand, and using brands and products that represent who we are and what we believe in at the same time. And that's why I'm a little obsessive over it. She just seems so like grounded. She seems so chill.
I love the Tatcha lip mask.
I actually think I have this product. I was actually testing out Tatcha products. I need to get back on that because I bought a bunch of the minis at Sephora. You've been patient, baby. Patience is a virtue, but you've been overly patient, and your big sister, mama, acne big sis Cass is coming. It's just taking a long time. But this lip thing, I remember it had like gold leaf in it. I'm remembering what it tasted like. It was good. It was expensive, but it was good.
I usually use this Laura Mercier Tinted moisturizer. I rub it in like this.
So gorgeous, such a good product, but I think I know what's happening here, and I'm scared. I believe that this is her sunscreen. This Laura Mercier product is an SPF 20, which is great if you are putting it on top of your regular sunscreen, but look at the small amount that she used. While that's a perfect amount for makeup, baby girl, that is not giving us the SPF 20 that we need, and unless we're reapplying this throughout the day, we need a good SPF. Let's please get like an SPF 30 underneath this, and then we can do this with the tinted moisturizer. And this is one of the biggest things for me because I used to fall for this too. And it wasn't until I started working in professional clinics that I realized just using a makeup product that has sunscreen in it really is not enough. You need to use a large amount of sunscreen, like literally get out a spoonful or 2 finger swipes or 3 if it's really runny. You put that all over the face. And if that's sunscreen, that's fine. But a lot of people aren't doing that with their foundation. And remember, foundation is this foundation and pigment plus sunscreen. So you need even more. And you know what happens when we put this much foundation on our face? 3 finger swipes. We get the cake face, so people don't do it. That is why your sunscreen ideally should be separate from your tinted products. The one exception is a sunscreen that is a makeup. That's the one that's in my routine. I'm not wearing it today, but it is one of my favorites. It's Iris and Romeo. She thick, but you can apply a lot. It's nice and moisturizing, and that has vitamin C, SPF 50, plus like a foundation-like coverage tint all in one. I will send it to her because I think it would be so much better than this Laura Mercier. Please use a sunscreen after this. Please tell me that we're just using things in the wrong order for whatever reason that we are.
Growing up, Rite Aid or CVS would be where I would buy my makeup, and it was really hard finding a color that matched my skin complexion, and I feel like you would have to mix and match, and I just am not good at that. And I think as times have changed and makeup has become more inclusive, I hope everyone can find their shade in that.
Yes to this. I vividly remember going to a store called Long's. Slogan was like, live Long's. Why did you call your store Long's? Like, why not Shorts? Anyways, Long's was the grocery store from when I was growing up. We also had like Walgreens, and then later on came in CVS. But I remember what it was like. Now, I obviously don't have her skin tone. My skin tone was one that you could find in foundation ranges, but I had a really hard time finding full coverage foundation that actually covered my blemishes. And I can't even imagine, like, knowing how hard it was for me with my acne, I can't imagine not being able to find my skin tone, or not being able to find my skin tone in foundation plus having acne. And again, this This is why putting your money where your morals are is so important. If you want to buy a product, you might want to choose the one that's from an indie or a Black-owned beauty brand, because the more money we give to those companies, the more it signals to the big people, hey, we want everybody to be able to enjoy this. Hey, I want to put my money towards this because it's amazing, and I want them to be able to expand their shade range or their offering, etc. I am terrified of this sunscreen application because it doesn't matter what your skin tone is. Everybody needs sunscreen because all skin can get skin cancer. There's literally a brand called Black Girl Sunscreen that is amazing, and as a non-Black girl, I fucking love it. It is literally made for anybody with skin, but specifically for Black women who always feel that they've been left out of the conversation. There are so many great sunscreens, and just the fact that it's 2023 and this is a morning routine without a good sunscreen application, oh, it hurts my heart. Well, my skin cells will cry, and all of my favorite products, included some Black-owned beauty brands, will be listed right here. And of course, if there are other brands that you think deserve some recognition, let's use the comment section as like a sounding board right now. Paste your indie beauty brand or that beauty brand that nobody else knows of, it's like your little secret, and share it with the other skintellectuals here. I'll do the same. I'll be in the comments. I'll be looking for you. I'll also be in the premiere. The premiere is chaos. But so is what happens in here. Do stay hydrated. Do reapply that sunscreen. Again, these are two I would recommend. And always be beautiful both inside and out. I love you, and I cannot wait to see you in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.